Now, we are going to take one of the important aspects that related to economic development is Human Development Index, HDI. So, what is Human Development Index and how it is related to the economic development of a country? Just look at this. Human Development Index, which in short we known as HDI, is a statistical tool to measure the real human development and to categorize the countries of the world with respect to human development. That means by taking Human Development Index, we can categorize different countries of the world in respect to the human development aspect. Okay, so there are three indicators of human development. That means in order to know about the development of the human being, of a country or of an economy, we can take three indicators, so through which we can understand the concept of human development. One is life expectancy, another one is literacy rate, and next one is standard of living of human being. These three are very important. See, these three indicators, again I am repeating: life expectancy, literacy rate, standard of living. Life expectancy, that means the average time period into which a human being lives, that is life expectancy. And then literacy rate, we all are familiar with this term. Literacy rate is how it includes gross enrollment ratio, and then the standard of living of human being, that per capita income of a country lead to standard of living of that particular country. Okay, these are the three important indicators. Now, the first Human Development Report was published in the year 1990. It is an annual publication of United Nations Development Program, that is UNDP. One thing you keep in mind, UNDP usually take out the Human Development Report every year. So first it was published in the year 1990. Okay, the pioneer reason behind Human Development Index are Mr. Mehboob ul-Haq, Pakistani economist, and Mr. Amartya Sen, who was an Indian economist who got Nobel Prize in the field of economics from India, who is the only one, Amartya Sen. These two persons were the pioneer who developed the concept of Human Development Index in order to measure the economic development of a country or nation. Now, after discussing the basic indicators for achieving human development, let's move on to one of the important topic which is related to economic growth as well as economic development, and which you are very much familiar, is economic planning. We all are very much familiar with this term, economic planning. So before moving on to the whole topic, we need to know the meaning. What is economic planning means? Okay, see, planning itself an economic mechanism for resource allocation and decision making. Okay, that means how we allocate the resources according to the necessity, and how we discuss and how optimally we are going to use those resources. That includes the planning in terms of economic. That is why we can define planning as an economic mechanism for the optimum utilization of the resources that we have. Now, economic planning is an instrument to attain a set of well-defined objectives within a definite time period as determined by a central planning agency. Okay, so that is economic planning. But how this concept of economic planning had come to our country? See, India was under British rule for almost about 200 years, and from that India inherited a stagnant economy because British had drained most of the wealth from India, and because of which India inherited a stagnant economy where there is very less production, where there is very less scope of development. Okay, after independence, the scholars who were related to the development of our economy, who wanted to develop, who wanted to revive Indian economy, they kept on thinking about one process through which they could start the process of growth and development. And at that point, they had started the concept of economic planning for our country. And in order to move with that concept of planning, they had set some objective so that they could attain those and they could go in the path of development. So in that way, the planning in India had started. The planning in India had started in the year 1915. Okay, and with that concept, the concept of 5-year planning in India had come. 5-year planning, that means the scholars who were related to the planning process, they had taken 5 years as one period through which they could continue with different goals and aims for the development of the country. So here is the list of all 5-year plan from 1951 to 2017 has been given. See, first 5-year plan has started on 1st April 1951 till 31st March. See, this is the financial year that we usually consider, 1st April to 31st March, and the whole planning procedure has been taken for this whole financial year. 1st April 1951, the first plan had started till 31st March 1956. The second plan had started 1st April 1956 again till 31st March 1961. Third is from 1st April 1961 to 31st March 1966. After the third plan, the annual plans had taken. See, this is from 1st April 1966 to 31st March 1969. For 3 years it has been taken, and as this way till now we have finished 12th 5-year plan till 2017.